Today we are joined by Meridian Township Chief of Police, Dave Hall. Chief, thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be here.
So the first question I'll ask is about the first goal listed on the 2018 Meridian Township Goals. The plan included 3 initiatives: community-wide sexual assault training, department-wide sexual assault training, and review and analysis of criminal sexual conduct cases. All of these initiatives stemmed from the 2004 police report filed by Larry Nassar survivor Brienne Randall Gay, as you know, as mentioned in the Nassar hearings and Meridian Township press conference earlier this year. Can you explain to our viewers the wrong that the township is trying to right with this goal?
Well, I don't see it as ever possible to right the wrong. But we can do things better, and this case in 2004 shows that along the line, officers do make mistakes. We want to reassure the community that we do a good job on all of our investigations, but we always can do better. So these are things we felt, if implemented, would help us to be a better department.
Absolutely. So let's go into detail about each of the specific initiatives so the public can understand. So the community-wide sexual assault training, what does that exactly entail, and when will it begin?
Well, we have some ideas what it will entail, but a committee is being put together. The training will be implemented sometime this year, although it's beginning now. The team is being put together, people with stakeholders with expertise, and they'll decide what the training will consist of and how it will look. And of course, we have a consultant, Brienne Randall Gay, our survivor, and she's going to be able to give us a lot of help and a lot of counsel and give us an idea what she has in mind, because this is one of her ideas that we're putting together, and she'll be a key component to making this training work.
And the next component is the department-wide criminal sexual conduct training. So how is that different from the community?
Well, this will focus on our sworn police officers. They'll get together and receive training. In fact, we have training coming up in April. There'll be 2 segments, one in April and one in June. And then for those officers, sometimes we can't get all the officers together, we'll send officers out around the state for training, the same training that's being conducted in other places. It's put on by the Prosecuting Attorneys Association of Michigan. So that will focus just for our internal people.
The criminal sexual conduct cases that you guys plan on reviewing, what's exactly that process like, and what specific cases do you guys plan to review? Well,
we're reviewing all cases from the year 2000 through 2017. We're looking for cases that perhaps could have been investigated better, perhaps cases that didn't go to the prosecutor. We hope to find none. We just want to make sure that the over 500 cases of sexual assault, that each one was given due diligence, was investigated well, and was sent to the prosecutor's office. That's our main goal. We hope to find nothing, but we're human beings, and we may. But this is taking some time. We went through the investigation initially, the review of the reports, to see if there weren't any by the investigating officer of 2004, and found all his other investigations to be in order. So that was great news. And but now we're going through the other, I'd say maybe close to 600 cases, at least 550, and making sure that those were done right and that we can't do more. And that's taking some time, because we're looking at each individual case, reading each case for how it was investigated.
Right, and you touched on this a little bit before, but how do you think the specific partnership with Brienne will factor into the initiatives and the overarching goal?
Well, we hope that Brienne, in part, for example, for the training for the officers, that we'll be able to get her story, that she'll be able to present that to the officers, and it will give the officers something to consider to help make them a better investigators and have a compassion and a true understanding of what a victim goes through. So she has that experience she's bringing to the table, and we think that's going to be a big factor.
How are these initiatives going to be funded?
Well, a contract has been entered just recently with Brienne, so there's some expense there that will come out of the general fund. The training, I think most generally, people participating in developing the training will not receive compensation. And of course, then the training, whoever it's conducted by, we don't anticipate any costs there. So our costs going out from here, I don't think will be much.
How do you think this newfound attentiveness is going to benefit the community?
Well, I think the community needs to be reassured that we do a good job of investigation. I think people will recognize the fact that we're doing probably more than many departments across the nation. This is several steps forward. Departments get training. Much of the training comes from a mentor police officer. They see how that officer performs and then mimics that. So I don't think there is that much training that whole departments receive. They'll send a officer here and an officer there, and that officer, probably an investigator, receives the training, but this is department-wide. We think that sort of stands out by itself, and I think it will make us better police officers, better investigators.
And lastly, as Chief of Police, how does this make you feel that this is at the very top of our 2018 Township Goals?
Well, I think it tells you how important it is to us. There's no doubt about that. I think it tells the community how important it is to us, and how we're committed going forward. That should give people confidence in our performance, and know that our heart's in the right spot, and we want to do our very best and be the best police department that we can be. Certainly we are good investigators. We solve many crimes, but this is just a step forward, telling people that we want to do better, and I think this is one way of going about that.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, Chief. We really appreciate it.